In this video, I show Ashley how to make $30,000 a month as an online fitness trainer. In fact, these are the same strategies and methods that helped me make $1 million in just 12 months selling online fitness coaching. Ashley was brand new to business, but had a corporate background and had won her IFBB Pro card, so I felt this was a perfect fit for her. Since she was starting from scratch and needed to make sales fast, we started by talking about her outreach method.
This is the hardest part of the business because it's uncomfortable and you're gonna have to talk to people. What you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be doing outreach typically on Instagram or Facebook. Okay. First thing to understand is we have to know our numbers and our metrics, because the reason people get overwhelmed or anxious, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to expect. If you know what to expect, it's a lot easier to go into business. If you're doing this full time, then we're going to try to do 100 messages a day. That's about 20 messages per hour. So that's going to take you about 5 hours a day. So what you're going to look for is you're going to send 100 messages. You're looking for 30 responses. And so what that means is if you send 100 messages to women, you get 30 of them to respond. That's the average. That's what we're hoping for. That's give or take what's going to happen. So all of a sudden, you go from 0 prospects to 30. Okay. So out of those people, you're going to do 6 set calls. I mean, you know what a set call is?
No.
It's just prepping it for the sales call. Okay. And I'll walk you through that later. Then on the set calls, what we're hoping for is we close 1 or 2 on a sales call. Okay. Let's do the math. If you do 100 messages a day, you get 30 to respond. You do 6 set calls. You can close, let's just say 1, because I want to be conservative, because I don't like over-promising. You get 1 sales call. You do that 6 days a week. Hypothetically, that's going to be your 6 sales in a month.
The skill you have, the less volume you have to do. Does that make sense? So I'm going to assume, let's just assume you're terrible at everything for now. You suck at everything. And so you might have to do more volume, but give or take, this is what you're looking for. Why is that important? Because if you send 100 messages and you get 30 response and you get 0 set calls, what does that mean? You suck at this part.
Right.
Right? If you get set calls, but you don't close anyone, what does that mean? You suck at sales.
Right.
You need to know the numbers that you're expecting. That's why it's so nice to have someone who's experienced, because then you know the numbers you need and then you'll be successful. If you can do that, hypothetically, if you could do 100 messages a day, you might hit that goal in a week. This is not that crazy of a goal. I know it seems right now it is, but it's like, that's not a crazy goal if you just look at this 6. That's it. You have to sell, but they can't know you're selling. You're going to start outreaching via either hashtags or Facebook groups. So look up Fit Mom. Tell me how many millions of results you see.
29 million.
29 million. Okay, so that literally means there's 29 million people on there. There's no way in hell that all those people have been messaged. I promise you. You're gonna scroll until you see someone overweight. So why? Because ultimately, if someone is overweight, they may not think they need help, but they're obviously a candidate for training, right? Like, you're not gonna message, like, I wouldn't message a super fit girl to do it. This might be a perfect person. So to me, she's like, okay, she might be a candidate. She's trying to lose weight, etc. And then you're going to reach out to this person. And then you just repeat that literally till you get 100 a day. Because that's all you have. That's all you can do right now. There's nothing really else you can do. So first you start with followers, comments, likes, all your posts. Then we're going to go here, because you're going to run out, right? Because right now you only have 3,100 followers. So that's not going to work forever. After going over the metrics she needed to hit each day to make messaging effective, we then had to cover what she needed to say to get a stranger to a set call. First thing you do is you're going to do a compliment. Okay. Hey, Ashley, I had to reach out and say, so impressive that you're a WBFF pro.
Thank you.
Like, I know that's kind of, I hope that's not weird to say. What are you going to say? Oh, no, that's so sweet. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say you're a mom with 2 kids. So I reach out, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. You're a WBF pro. Hope that's not weird to say. You're like, yeah, appreciate that so much. I'm like, yeah, what do you do for work? Okay. I really like this question. This always opens up the opportunity to start the sales pitch. You're going to see. So you're going to go, oh, I do this. I don't care what you say. I work at Taco Bell. Okay. You'll say whatever. And I go, got it. Does that keep you busy? And what are you going to say? Yeah. Have you ever heard anyone say, oh, no, I'm lazy?
No.
They're going to say, I'm busy. So once they say that, you're going to go, totally get it. And again, you acknowledge question, acknowledge question, acknowledge question. Don't ever say long stuff. Just everything like, yeah, get it. Question. Okay. So got it. Does that keep you busy? And they're going to go, yeah, it keeps me busy. Okay. Then you're going to say, this is usually what I'll go with. I'll say, does that make it hard to work out? And all of a sudden they're usually like, actually, yeah, it kind of does. Now you're in the pitch. You don't even know it, but because you turn the conversation to fitness, now you can actually ask them questions. So what's your goal? Oh, my goal is this. Then you're going to say, what's your struggle? Oh, you know, I've tried 800 diets. None of them work. Cool. What have you tried before? That's number 7. Okay. So all of these that I'm doing, it's with what have you tried? So it's like, what's your goal? What have you struggled with? What have you tried? Then number 8 is like, have you ever had a coach before? Okay, so I'm gonna say it for you again in case you wanna write it. Have you ever had a coach before? And then what will happen is they'll either say no, and it's like, okay, and you just ignore it. Or if they say yes, you're like, was it good or bad? Right? So you might say, did you have a coach? And then you're gonna do good or bad. Now, why does that matter? Because they're like, yeah, I had a coach, but he really sucked because he was super restrictive and stuff. And you're like, yeah, that's like so stupid. Like you're always agreeing with what they're saying. Or they're like, yeah, I had a coach, it was pretty good. Well, look, I don't know if you care, but I do this fitness stuff all day long. I have some suggestions for you if you like. You're gonna get them to say yes there. They're like, yeah, for sure. Now here's how you get them on the phone. You're like, yeah, so instead of typing it back, instead of typing 20 million more messages, LOL, like I'll say something like that, like we've been doing. If you got like 10 minutes, I can just explain it to you. Here's my number, what's yours? And you just give them that. And then what happens, sometimes they'll ignore you, but a lot of times they're like, oh yeah, here it is. You call them. You're gonna immediately call them. Then once we get them to the set call, we needed to cover what to say to convince them to book a sales call. Hey, Ashley, what's up? It's Tanner. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so nice to meet you. Yeah, well, cool. Look, I'm not gonna take too much of your time. If you got 10 minutes, I just gotta run through some questions. First off, what's your goal? We already asked that, right? Oh, okay, cool. And what are you struggling with? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, what have you tried? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and have you ever had a coach? Blah, blah, blah. Got it. So look, really appreciate that. That helps me a lot. What I'd like to do from here is I'm gonna send you an email that has more specific questions like your weight, your height, your food preferences, stuff like that. Fill that out, and then once you're done, text me back, and then from there we'll get on another call and I'll walk you through a plan. Sound good? Sounds good. Great. Send the email. I'm gonna show you an example email that I sent years ago, so it works. Perfect. What the email is, now, do you know what the email's for? Like, what do you think the email's for?
To get their information, to get what they like.
Yeah, but what do you think I actually give a shit about on it? Do you think I actually care about their food preferences and stuff, or what do you think I'm trying to do?
I don't know.
I'm trying to pre-qualify you.
Pre-qualify?
Yeah, pre-qualify you. So think about it. On the form, I'm going to be like, what's your height? What's your weight? What's this? What's that? But then what do I really care about? The money questions? I'm like, hey, so it's like on a scale 1 to 10, how serious is this to you? And then I say like, if I could show you a way to eat and train however you want without sabotaging results, how much would that be worth to you? Like I'm qualifying. And if they give me bad answers, guess what I do? I reach out via text. Hey, so some of your questions kind of like, I had some questions and I try to see, because I'm not going to spend an hour with someone who isn't going to buy. You'll see on the email, but if they don't give me good questions, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
If they do, guess what? That's your sales call. So you just got scheduled, and you're like, great, let's get on a call tomorrow at 8 p.m. And then you close there. And then you just repeat that. Yeah, so all you're doing, right? IG or Facebook, you're DMing. From the DMs, this is the follow-up process. Then from here, you do the 15-minute call. And then from there, you set up the 60. That's all you're gonna do to get to 10,000 a month. Then once you do this, you take that money you got from organic and then you start putting it into ads, and then you can grow. So a lot of people are like, Tanner, how'd you make so much money? It's because once I did this, I just blew up my ads and I just got bigger and bigger. And then you just spend $1, make 2, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. I still do it. A lot of people, sometimes they overcomplicate how hard it is to make money. It's like, it is hard, but it's not hard because the process, it's hard because of the skill or the time.